I need consistency to be your middle name in 2025. I need people to know you for the discipline that you have and the consistency that you have. So I just want to talk about a couple strategies where staying consistent will actually be the best part of anything that you bring to the table in 2025 for yourself and for your goals. So I read this book. It's called 12-Week Year. If you guys aren't familiar with that, I think that's one of the best reads that I've ever had that aced my productivity. And it really works. Like, it puts you in a whole mindset of having a shorter time frame to actually achieve your goals. If you think about it, there's 52 weeks in the year. And if you are, putting your mindset into 4 different chunks of the year and operating in smaller seasons, then I'm sure you'll be able to accomplish more. So for example, without the 12-week year, we would have our goals for the year, like annual goals, annual situations. But this kind of helps you to make sure that not only are you fully devotion and everything else into working for a goal in 12 weeks, but it's also giving you a concrete term that you're not even going to be able to subside because of the fact that you only give yourself that short amount of period of time. So one thing that kind of helped me, and it always will help me, I think this is one of the best things that I've ever done, and it actually worked, was sitting down with myself every top of the week, every Sunday night, like clockwork. There's no reason why I am not writing my week out. This helped me like tremendously. I'm talking about to the point to where I had so many goals that I wanted to be able to achieve, and it let me put it on my calendar every single week and use those chunks of time to actually be able to get hardcore, fully devoted, non-distracted work done. And I really consider this to be a task that I have to do for myself, because it gives me clarity on everything that I have to do, and it stops me from being stagnant. Like, I don't have any stagnation in my heart anymore, surrounding the fact that I have these tasks that I need to be able to do. So that's just another part of getting organized, is putting yourself in a situation where you are sitting down with your daily tasks and analyzing them every single week, like by clockwork. So, this also gives you a reason to track your progress, because if you're not monitoring your growth, you're not really going to see what consistency is actually doing for you. So once you monitor what you're doing and you can see like, oh, okay, this is working for me, this is not, you're able to see how well you're actually moving, and it's going to actually really encourage you to keep moving forward. Like, community and accountability, all those are also important, but if you aren't looking at yourself and focusing on those manageable tasks and having actions that are repeatable every single time, it might get redundant. But the best part about that is when you come out of it, you get to change how you move. You get to have a lot more freedom in how you move once you reach that goal. And so, of course, there's going to be progress, and there's going to be things that you also need to address, because you are the only one you should ever be comparing yourself to. So you need to compare yourself to what you are doing last week and the week before. Handling the situation comes with its own challenges. And I'm sure y'all know that. I'm sure y'all know how challenges come into your life, and certain situations arise where you can't do nothing about it. It's completely out of your control. However, changing your mindset about the situation kind of just grants you the success that you need, because of the fact that you're kind of above it in your mind and you're focusing your energy towards something. So I know I was talking about the 12-week year, like how well it worked for me, and so much so that I just feel compelled to be able to share that with other people, because it really changes your mindset. Like, it denounces any situation that will come and try to take precedent in your life, because you're only giving yourself such a short time frame to actually accomplish the things that you're setting for yourself. So this mindset really boosts your productivity almost like 50%, if not more, because you're really forced to prioritize what really matters, and causing you to cut out all those other unnecessary tasks that you're doing, small stuff that's really distracting you, that's not really pushing you forward, and just spinning your wheels on something that's not really actually moving the needle into the direction that you're needing to go. Because everybody always has that I'll start later time, that mindset, like, oh, I'll start when a certain thing is in place. But what we fail to realize is that mindset right there just needs to be eliminated altogether, because you don't have later. Later is never promised, number one. And then number two, you can always be faced with another opportunity that is not going to wait on you. It's not going to wait on your later. It's not going to wait on you to think over it for 6 weeks at a time. Like, no, you have to consider what is your priority in your life, and you have to move accordingly. Like, really focus your energy on it. Like, not have your annual mindset like, oh, okay, I'm going to get it done this year. Like, no, I'm going to get it done in the next 12 weeks. You see what I'm saying? Like, there is really a big difference in saying, oh, I'm going to get it done next year in 2025. Like, no, you're going to get it done in 12 weeks. So, this is a better measurable scale other than doing it for the year. You're sitting there and you're trying to figure out what you need to be doing every day to make it happen. Versus, oh, okay, after I do this in March, June, September, and now you're looking at the winter arc again, thinking that you would have prioritized these things in your life. And now you're setting yourself up for another year that you're going to actually do the things that you said you want to do. Like, no. So implementing this is really easy, actually. So I always pick 4, but I would at least say, 1 to 3 goals for each 12-week cycle. And the reason why I say 4 is because it's, 4 12 weeks in every year. Because they are time bound, I want you to, have certain examples of the things that you want to be able to get done. Like, and really be open and honest with yourself. Like, if you want to run a marathon and you haven't ran in 5 years and you're trying to do something in 12 weeks, like, that might be, if you're a trainer, you can get it and do well, you might be all right. But I wouldn't put that on my goal sheet. Like, that takes a lot of training and dedication. And yes, you can do it. You can't, you could do anything you put your mind to. But my point here is really to just remain realistic with yourself. Remain realistic with what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And so, having that execution and breaking it down will really kind of make sure that every weekly tactic that you're setting yourself up for are action steps. These are steps that you're putting in place to define the actions that you actually want to do to make sure that your goals are prominent and they're actually getting executed. So it helps you to eliminate just all that fluff. Like, oh, okay, I wonder if I need to do this. Oh, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to ponder more. Like, what are you thinking about? You already know your goal. You need to be researching on how you can maintain it and get it done. You're kind of going to see, like, the consistency piece is going to be written. Like, it's already set in stone if you're practicing a 12-week year. Give yourself the opportunity to actually make something of yourself within that time frame. So 2025 is really the perfect year to start, because, with the fast-paced life that we live already, this framework, it really helps you to stay ahead and also to commit yourself to something bigger than yourself. Like, we all living in this comparable world where everybody's comparing themselves to other people. And all you're doing in this 12-week year, you're comparing yourself to who you were last week. Like, that's it. So, any setbacks that push up in your mind, you need to figure out a way to just combat it. I had a situation last year where Like, I just kept having car trouble. Like, it was nothing I could do. I had got a brand new car, had car trouble with the car like 3 months later after buying the car, and then got into another car accident. Like, that wasn't even my fault. And all I could do was refocus. Like, refocus and reset, and not allow those setbacks to keep trying to define me. Like, I'm just, not prioritizing my car. But at the same time, like, it helped me to be like, okay, well, I don't have a car right now, so I can take all my clients via Zoom. I don't have to go meet them, you see? So just small stuff like that, like, would kind of really help you to regain confidence in the fact that you are going to have setbacks. That's just inevitable. But it's also going to make sure that while you're maintaining life as it comes, that you're giving yourself the opportunity to be fulfilled in the things that you're accomplishing. So don't second guess yourself, and don't give up on anything, because everything is set for your greater good, and you already know what you want. So it's actually time to, really give yourself the experience of, manifesting these things into your life and achieving the goals that you said you want to achieve. Like, that's really a gift that you can give to yourself. If you don't give yourself anything else in 2025, give yourself a checklist of goals that you have achieved. Like, that's worth way more than anything that you could buy yourself or spending money on. Is sitting there and writing down everything that you've achieved and you said you was going to do it. So actually feel good about the fact that you can do it and you will do it. So, press up with 2025 and being consistent, and, a call to action. Like, just really look at yourself in the mirror and just tell yourself, like, look, I got to do it. It's either me or me. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to say, like, oh, well, it's okay, I can help you this time. You might have your people, but no, ain't nobody gonna see the vision like you. Nobody's really gonna see the vision like you, and it's just that on that. So focus on what you need. Give yourself time to actually put it in place. Write it down and just start. Like, everybody's gonna wish they started sooner, but today is the soonest that you could ever start. So just do that for yourself. And then come back, leave me a comment about how much you actually grew and progressed forward. And remind me of the words that I preach in this video. All right, ladies. Love y'all.